Hi, I'm about to get divorced, and I have a college-age son, and I want to know how that will play into the resulting divorce.
Okay. Well, obviously, your child is the most important thing, or your children are so important. Even, when people are getting divorced, it's very important to think of your children first. When they're going to college, there are a number of issues that the courts consider in the divorce process. So what I'd like to do is ask you a few questions that are both legal questions and factual questions to help you get the right answer. So, do you and your wife have savings for your child's college education?
We probably could cover about a year.
A year's worth. Okay, and where has your son been looking at colleges?
Just started, yes.
Okay, and do you know approximately what the budget is that is going to be considered?
I think it's going to run us about $40,000 a year for college.
So it's about $160,000. And do you think that your son is going to go to graduate school as well?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet. Okay. And do you feel that you would help him pay for that as well, or the college would be it?
I'll try to pay for as much as I can.
Okay. So we'll have to look at what your income is, what your wife's income is in the course of the divorce, what your assets are. The court would consider all of these factors. Okay, so we'll need to look at the big picture of the numbers because that's what the court is going to do. How well is your son doing in school?
He's a solid B student.
Well, that's excellent. You should be very proud. Do you have any other children?
Yes.
Okay, is that child going to college as well?
Not yet.
Okay, so
Next.
you have several years
Yes.
to try and figure out that one as well.
Right.
Okay. What I think is very important is that, now, have you and your wife had, before I go into that, have you and your wife had discussions, even though you're in the process of divorce, have you and your wife had discussions about the intentions for your son in terms of college?
Yes.
Okay, are you on the same page as to, what he should be doing?
Yes, we both want the same things for him.
Okay, so both of you are in agreement that you want him to go to college?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so that's a great start. The best divorce resolutions are those where people can come to an agreement, and it's always best if you can agree with regard to the children, the goals for the children, the finances for the children. That's really the best way to work it out. If you weren't able to work it out, again, the factors are your ability to pay, what is your child's aptitude, what is the cost of college. Also very important is, do you want your child to take loans? Is that something that you and your wife have discussed?
He will have to take loans to cover the full cost.
Okay. What I think is very important, a lot of my clients will come in and say, okay, the child will have to take loans. I think it's very important, just like you have to consider your budget, it's really important for your son, if you haven't done this already, to consider what the cost of those loans are going to be at the end of the day. Now, you said you weren't really sure what he's going to do, or he's not really sure what he's going to do. $100,000 of loans or $150,000 of student loans may end up costing him $1,000 a month or $1,500 a month when he gets out of school. And that's a big bill. So it's really important, as we look at the big divorce picture and the big budget picture, what is going to be the end result of those loans. A lot of my clients also might consider sending the children to lesser expensive schools, or discussing it with the child to go to a lesser expensive school to start with until there is a definite direction, so that all of these expenses are not incurred, and so the child doesn't have a big budget going forward. Obviously, it's your decision, your wife's decision. I'm not here to say what is right or wrong. I'm here to help you to accomplish your goal. This is a big issue in today's world. The cost of education is significant, and a college education does not mean a job at the end of the day. So I think it's very important that we go over all of these factors in your case. Have I answered all of your questions?
Yes, that was very helpful. Thank you.
Okay, I'm glad.